Thank you very much for joining, everybody, and welcome to Hatha Yoga with your host, Michael Dinney. And today, demonstrating, we'll have Sophia, and we'll get started on the yoga blocks today. So you could have one yoga block underneath your shoulder blades, a second one behind the head. No blocks, no problem. You could lay down on a rolled up yoga mat or whatever you have around the house, just to prop up the heart a little bit as well as the head. So make yourself really comfortable. And take this time to drop into your breath. And then begin to make movements with your arms. With a long inhale, reach the arms back over the head. And then exhale to a W shape, squeezing the shoulder blades. Spin the arms inwards on the inhale, bringing the palms to the floor near the hips. And then outwards again on the exhale, palms facing the sky. Reach straight back on the inhale. And then exhale, bend the elbows to a W, open the chest. Inhale, spin the arms in, upper back strong. Exhale, turning the shoulders outwards, palms face the sky. And then straighten on the inhale, spreading the shoulder blades, let them lift to the ears. And then exhale, bend again, and continue exploring on your own. Feel free to put your own creative spin on it. If there's a certain area where you're feeling a lot of benefit and you'd like to stay there, go ahead and hold the posture. We'll hang out here for a little bit longer, so I welcome you to rest in stillness. A few more slow, deep breaths. And then supporting the back of the head with one of the hands. Use an exhale to connect with your core. Do a little sit-up. Slide the blocks out of the way, and then lay down, hugging the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. Give yourself a big squeeze. And explore gently rocking side to side. And then set the feet on the floor, keeping your knees bent for windshield wipers. Bring the arms out to the sides, feet wide apart. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale across center. Exhale to the left, exploring a lift in the right hip. And then continue going side to side. You can go with your breath. If you like to go a little bit faster, that's fine too. Just feel your way through the movements. And then come back to center and hug your right knee to your shoulder. From there, we'll move into half happy baby. So you can take hold of the sole of the right foot, opening the knee about 90 degrees. And with an exhale, pull down on that foot, drawing the knee towards the floor outside of the ribs. There's the option to keep your head relaxed on the floor, or you can use your abdominal core and lift the head and shoulders for 3 breaths. Tucking the chin and engaging those deep neck flexor muscles. And then relaxing the head down, bring your right ankle outside of the left leg for a twist. Move your pelvis to the right edge of the mat, knees lower to the left side, and breathe. You can simply rest with the arms out to the sides. If you'd like to give yourself a little assist, you can take your left hand to the outer right thigh and gently pull down on it. And slowly come back to center. Hug the left knee to the shoulder. And then taking hold of the sole of the foot, opening the knee about 90 degrees or more. Exhale, gently pull back with the option of lifting head and shoulders, engaging the abdominal core. We'll take 3 slow breaths. And on the inhale, relax the head down. And we'll bring the left ankle outside of the right thigh. Move the pelvis to the left edge of the mat. And with an exhale, bring the knees over to the right side. Spinal twist. This could be relaxed, or you could make it active by pressing the thigh and the right hand against each other. And inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, hug your knees into the chest. And then placing the soles of the feet on the floor. We'll do a few bridge vinyasas. So start with your hands next to your hips. On a long inhale, lift the arms over the head, reaching towards the back of the mat. Lift the hips on the exhale. Inhale, slowly bring the arms down. And then exhale, lowering through the vertebra. Inhale, reaching the arms back. Long exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, moving the arms. And exhale, moving the spine. Intermediate option. Starts the same way. Inhale to reach back. End of inhale, briefly hold the breath, expand the ribs. Exhale, lift the hips. Totally empty, hold the breath empty of air. Lock the throat, continue holding the breath as you suck back the stomach. And then lower through the vertebra, keeping the abdominal vacuum. As the hips come down, quickly lower your arms. And then take a resting breath in. And a resting breath out. Again, inhale to reach back, expanding the ribs. Short pause for a few seconds. Exhale, lift the hips up. Scoop the tail towards the knees and totally empty. Hold the breath, locking the throat, and then relax the stomach, suck it back. Full abdominal vacuum as you lower through the vertebra. Hips down, quickly lower the arms, and take a resting breath in. And resting breath out. And then do one more repetition at your own pace. Oh, you forgot how to do it. That's okay. That's why we practice it again and again. That's good. So let's move on anyway. We'll take a yoga strap around the sole of the right foot. If you don't have a strap, you could use a towel. You could use your own shirt, whatever you have around.
Use your cat.
Use your cat's tail. See how she likes that. That'll keep her away at night. And then try to straighten the right leg. I should actually try that. Flex your toes towards your shin to help stretch the back of the calf. And feel free to make some little movements in your ankle, loosen things up a little bit. And then opening to the right side. Slowly come across the center about halfway. Make some big circles in that right leg. So you can gently pull to the right and then give it a little bit of slack as you move across the center. So you're drawing a circle on the sky. And then pulling back to the right side, hold at a sweet spot. Gazing over the left shoulder, try to roll the left shoulder head back into the floor. And breathe. And then inhale back to the center. And exhale, remove the strap, left leg up. And with the strap around the sole of the left foot, explore making some little movements in the foot. But try to keep the left leg straight, even if that means bending the other leg. And then we'll make some circles with that leg. So gently pull back to the left side. And then come across to the center. Big circular movements. And then find a sweet spot, opening out to the left, hold the posture, roll the back of the right shoulder into the floor, and look over that right shoulder. And then inhale back to the center. And then we'll take the right leg up. So you can place the strap around the right foot again. This time straighten the leg and point the foot. So you can move towards your comfortable fullest range. If you're a bit looser, you can take hold of the right big toe with your peace fingers. And then give the rope enough slack that you can point the foot. Bring the leg slightly away from its full range. And then as you exhale, try to lift the head and shoulders off the floor. So you can either support the back of your head with your left hand, or you can reach that left hand up the left thigh. Really working the core. See if you can also work the muscles in the back of the right thigh. So the hamstrings are actually contracting with the glutes, moving the leg away from its fullest range. On your next inhale, lower the head down, and then stretching the back of the leg, exhale to the right, look over the left shoulder again, and hold the posture. And try to keep the right leg off of the floor while gently pulling back. Inhale back to the center, and then take a strap around the foot and hold the strap with the left hand. Move into a spinal twist on the exhale, so you can bring the leg over to the left side. Option to move the pelvis over to the right a little bit, and breathe. If you're quite loose, you might be taking the hand to the outside of the heel. Otherwise, better to use the strap. And then experiment with contracting the buttocks together to slightly roll the right hip outwards, away from the rib cage, creating a little bit more space around the low back. And then letting go, slowly come up to center. And then we'll take the left leg up, center the pelvis. Either take the strap around the foot and point the foot, or take hold of the big toe and point. Now move slightly away from your full range of motion. And as you exhale, bow from the core, slight tuck of the chin. Move from the core to lift the head and shoulders. If your neck hurts, try using your right hand to support the head. Otherwise, reach that right hand up the thigh, towards the knee, or even the right shin. Strong in the core. Next, inhale, lower the head down. Exhale, open to the left, look over the right shoulder. Keeping the leg above the ground, so it's not about getting the leg to the floor, it's more about trying to keep the pelvis level. Try to keep that right buttock rooted. There's a tendency for the buttock to uproot if we bring the leg all the way to the floor, so try to counterbalance a little bit. And then moving from the muscles of the inner thigh, inhale up to center. Exhale, take the right hand to the foot or the strap. Set up the spinal twist, bringing your pelvis to the left slightly. And exhale, leg over to the right. And breathe. Engage the glutes to slightly roll the hip outwards. And then letting go of the stretch, we'll come back to the center, hug the knees in, and then crossing the ankles, engage the core and roll forward and back along the length of the spine. And then come all the way up to table pose. So hands are near the front of the mat, knees below hips, and then start to make some big circles in your shoulders, drawing your shoulder blades closer together. And then push through the ground, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Shoulder blades together and apart. So notice how we have to use more effort to push and spread. And there's a softening of effort to retract the shoulder blades. You can also bring those retracted shoulder blades closer to the ears. And then as you push into the hands to spread the shoulder blades, try to draw them away from the ears more. And then find a neutral position, shoulder blades spreading, core strong. With an inhale, reach the right arm straight ahead, left leg straight back, lifting that left leg. Exhale to table and switch. Inhale, left arm, right leg up. Exhale, table. And then keep on going. One side then the other. Now, if you want an extra challenge, you place a full glass of cold water on your spine. So Sophia will be demonstrating. Just kidding. She did not agree to that today. Nor would I. But they say it's a good thing to do. Oh, Sophia's found a good hack for it. If you don't like to be sprayed with cold water when you wake up, you can place a yoga block or a book or some kind of object. And it's a really honest way of doing it. So if you're wobbling side to side, the block will tell you. And this is a really good training for what's called the transverse abdominis, which is the fourth deepest layer of the core, of the abdominals, wrapping around like a corset. All right, so next time, hold the pose. Try to cultivate stillness as you push through one hand and reach through the other. Slowly return to center, other side. Holding the posture. And then come back to the center, remove the yoga block, and we'll set it off to the side. Come into a toe squat and make some little circles with your wrists, pressing the backs of the hands into each other. Great time to adjust the top knot. They know what to do anyway. It's okay. They've all done this before. Great. And now we'll come back to table pose. Hands a little more forward than last time. Knees a little further back. Exhaling, sit towards your heels like a toe squat. Inhale, come forward, shoulders just over the wrist or behind it. Exhale, bend the elbows, down slow. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, sitting back. And then continue with that movement. Inhale, rolling forward with a round spine. Exhale, bend the arms. Inhale, pressing up to really spread the shoulder blades. And then keep that as you sit to the heels. Then keep on going. Lots of room to experiment. And sitting back towards the heels, we'll pause there. Feel free to walk the hands further forward. You can let the chest melt down, creating a bit more of a back bend, and then use your core to draw the front ribs in at the same time. If you prefer to do it as more of a forward bend, that can be really nice as well to get a great stretch between the shoulder blades. And then with an inhale, slowly come forwards. Use your core. Come all the way down onto your belly. And we'll relax into Sphinx pose. You can bring the elbows a little bit forward of your shoulders and just mellow out. Try to relax your legs for now. You can take your feet as wide as your mat. You can make some little circles with your neck as Sophia's showing. all the while drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And now from Sphinx pose, start to press into your hands a little bit. Let your shoulders lift a little. Let your elbows come slightly off the floor. And as you inhale, focus on pulling your hands towards your hips, lifting the heart, as if you were going to drag your heart past the front of the mat. And just breathe with that. Maybe you can feel the triceps are working. Maybe you can feel the muscles between the shoulder blades activating a little. Maybe you feel under the armpits, the lats working. Lats being shoulder depressors. And then next exhalation, come all the way down. Bring the top of the head to the floor. And then reach the arms straight ahead and bring your legs together. With an inhale, lift the arms up. And then lift the legs up. Good. Now keeping this form, as you exhale, bow the top of the head to the floor. And as you inhale, slowly lift the head up, repeating that 5 times. Exhale, bowing the head down. Inhaling, lift the head to your own comfortable degree. 3 more to go. And notice how the work in the arms actually gets a little more challenging as the head comes down. So last one, bring the head down, and then interlace the fingers behind the back, squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, pull through the arms, lift the head, chest, everything up, and hold the pose, squeezing the blades, squeeze the inner legs, fire them up. 3 more breaths. And exhale down. Place the hands underneath the shoulders or by the ribs. Inhale, cobra pose or upward dog, you choose. Exhale from the core, pressing back into downward facing dog. And then take a few breaths to walk it out. You can move the hips side to side. You can bend and straighten the legs. Now, as you inhale, slowly bring your knees to the floor into table pose, shoulders over wrists. As you exhale, sit towards your heels. Inhale, come forwards to table pose. Exhale, look to your belly button in cat pose. Empty of air, press into down dog, holding the breath. When it's time to inhale, lower the knees down again. And then exhale, sitting back. And repeat. Inhale, table pose. Exhale, flex the spine into cat, look navel, holding the breath, down dog. And strong in the core, inhale to table. Exhale, sitting back. And we'll do a few more cycles. You can go at your own pace. I'll talk through a couple more. Inhale, forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, cat pose, look to the belly button. Hold the breath empty, downward facing dog. Softening the belly, hold the breath. Engaging the core, inhale to table, knees down. Exhale, sitting towards the heels. Inhale, table pose. Cat on the exhale, rounding the back, look navel. Empty, hold the breath, down dog, pressing your hips back as long as you can. Try to soften the belly. Engage the core, inhaling to table. Exhale, sitting back. Do a few more at your own pace. If you'd like to hold any of these postures instead, you're welcome to do so. If you're really comfortable holding the breath in down dog, you can incorporate the abdominal vacuum. And so this is a more intermediate technique. It's very cool stuff. Creates a really good tone in the pelvic floor, a good resting tone. And so after the next one, we'll meet in downward dog. If you prefer, you can go into the ragdoll pose, rooting the heels and holding on to opposite elbows. So your choice. Sophia's demonstrating ragdoll. So the heels can be down, the knees can be bent, letting the spine hang loose. If you're in downward dog, you know what to do. 3 more breaths. And then all you down dogs can meet us back in ragdoll. So you can walk your hands back to your feet, holding on to opposite elbows. Let's take 5 more breaths in ragdoll. So big bend of those knees. Let the torso just hang loose over the legs. If you'd like to stretch your legs, feel free to straighten them. That just makes it more about the hamstrings, whereas bending the knees makes it more about stretching the back of the spine. And then bending your knees, very slowly roll up through your vertebra. Keep the chin tucked in. Take your time to come up. And let the head be the very last thing that comes up. And then we'll meet in mountain pose. So you can step towards the front of your mat with the feet hip width or feet together to challenge the balance more. And then loop the shoulders up and back. On an inhale breath, lift the arms over the head. And then grab onto your right wrist. As you exhale, side bend to the left, letting your hips go out to the right. Inhaling, come back to the center and repeat that. So a few more repetitions. Stretching one side of the spine, contracting the other. All the while you can strongly squeeze up on that right wrist, pulling the shoulder blade up to the ear. Stretching the lats under the armpit. And next time we side bend to the left, we'll hold the posture. We'll keep squeezing on that right wrist. We'll take 3 breaths to hold. Engage the buttocks and core. Get long up the right side. And then moving from the core, inhale up to center, grab your left wrist. Exhale, other side, letting the hips flare out to the left. Move from the core to come up on the inhale. And again, exhale, side bend, a few more vinyasas, moving with your breath. And then holding the pose, side bend to the right, squeeze on that top wrist, allowing the left shoulder blade to lift up to the ear, all the while root down through the heel. And then come back to center on an inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back or use a strap. Inhale, pull through the arms, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, fold for 5 breaths, bowing towards the knees. They could be bent or straight, your choice. And with an exhale, bend the knees a little more. Let go of the interlace. Lift the arms about shoulder width. Inhaling to chair pose. Exhale, hands to floor, fold, bow the head in. Half lift, inhale. Fold again on the exhale, head towards knees. And then bending the knees, inhale to chair pose. Heavy heels, strong buttocks, arms lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, low belly sucks in. Exhale, fold, engaging into the six-pack. Bend your knees, and then inhale up to chair, arms shoulder width parallel. Exhale, fold forwards. Last one. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Again, bend your knees, inhale to reach up, and we'll hold this one. How long? Nobody knows. Not very long. This is a chill class. A couple more breaths. Feel free to pulse up and down a little bit. And sometimes by sitting taller, you can really start to sense the glutes, the buttocks activating more as supports for the hips. So you may find the hip flexors relax a little bit. Exhale, fold forward, hands to floor. Half lift, inhale. Downward dog on the exhale, stepping back. And take a few breaths there. Pressing the heart towards the feet, feel free to bend your knees. If it's comfortable to straighten the legs, try to reach the heels to the earth. So either remain in down dog or lower the knees for table. We'll lift the right leg up on an inhale and bend the knee. Make some big circles in the right hip joint, going out to the right and then up to the sky. And then step the right foot forward. Turn the left foot to the side. Warrior two stance. So inhale, open up. Heels on roughly the same track. Take an exhale to really bend into your front knee. Inhale, straighten the legs and arms. Reach up. Exhale, warrior two. And repeat that a couple more times, moving with your breath. And then from warrior two, hold the posture. Gaze over your right fingers. If you'd like more of a challenge, take the right foot further forward. And think of tracking that right knee towards the little toe, abducting the hip and engaging the buttocks. And then inhale, straighten the legs, lift the arms. Left foot in a little bit closer, so the feet are about 3 feet apart. Exhale to triangle pose, taking the right hand down to your shin, ankle, or hook the big toe. And moving from the core, inhale to come up. Exhale, left foot in another 45 degrees. Bring the hands to the back of the head and take an inhale to lift the heart up. Exhale, bend your right knee and twist to the right. Inhale, come up, slowly straightening. And repeat that a few more times. Exhale, bend the knee, twisting to the right. And then next time, straighten the arms out to the sides. Keep the leg fairly straight. Exhale, revolve triangle. Left hand can come down to the floor, to the shin, or a yoga block. Top arm reaches up. As you exhale, look down. Place both hands near the front of the mat. Bend the knee. With an inhale, step back. Downward dog on the exhale. And then we'll take the left leg up and make some big circles in that left hip joint, engaging into the glutes, the buttocks, out to the side and up to the sky. Feel free to let your pelvis turn out to the left as well. So that really encourages the glutes to activate. And then with an exhale, step the left foot near the hand, turn the right foot out to the side. Inhale, warrior two. And then take a breath to set it up. Feel free to lengthen the stance, bend into your front knee. With an inhale, straighten the arms and leg, and then exhale to warrior two. And again, inhale, lift the rib cage. Exhale, warrior two. And again, once more. And we'll settle into warrior two, holding the pose for a few breaths. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the legs. Feel free to step a little closer with the back foot. Exhale, the triangle, taking the left hand down, catching big toe, ankle, or shin. Try to keep the legs straight. And breathe. You might feel a really nice stretch in your right hip. You may feel a little bit of stretch in the left hamstring as well. Focus on keeping the quadriceps contracted, the fronts of the thighs. Then moving from the core, inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the right foot in another 45 degrees or so, turning the hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, holding the back of the head, lift the heart. Exhale, bend the front knee and twist towards the left. Inhale to rise up, slowly straightening the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and twist. And continue. And try to feel the buttock contracting to help support the hip joint. Next time you come up, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, right hand down to the shin, the yoga block, or the floor beside the foot. Either side will do. Top arm reaches up, turning your left chest open. As you exhale, bend the knee and lower both hands to the front of the mat. Inhale, step back. Downward dog on an exhale. And breathe. With an inhale, lift the right leg up. This could be done again from down dog or table. Exhale, round your back, knee to the right shoulder, just outside of that shoulder. And repeat 2 more times. Really taking your time, curling forward through the core. Last one. Now with your next exhale, step behind the right hand. Pivot your back foot towards the front left corner of the mat. So it's more like a warrior one stance. And with an inhale, lift the arms up, shoulder width. Exhale, cactus the arms, gaze forward. Inhale, straighten the front leg, straighten the arms. Again, exhale, cactus, and bend the front knee. And do a few more like that. As you bend the arms, focus on pressing the forearms back, opening your chest. All right, extra challenge. So inhale, straighten up. This time on the exhale, bend the arms and hinge forward over your front leg. There it is. And then inhale, come up, straight arms and leg. Exhale, bend the knee and hinge forward. 3 more to go. So notice the loading of the front leg as it holds up the weight of the heart, the upper body. Good. Last vinyasa. And we're going to hold. If you want an extra challenge, keep the arms up straight. Bend your knee and hinge forward. Otherwise, you can bend the elbows out to the side, squeezing shoulder blades.
It's supposed to be a chill class.
That's kind of a chill class. Is this still a chill class? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, lifted kettlebell yesterday or anything.
I did a kettlebell workout with Sophia yesterday. I was trembling. I had a feverish chill while I was doing it. It was so hard. All right, exhale, hands to floor. Feel free to step your left foot a little bit closer to your right foot. If it's hard to reach the floor, use yoga blocks under your hands. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Try to straighten the leg. Exhale, option to fold head to knee. And we'll hang out 5 deep breaths. You're welcome to stretch the back of the spine as much as you're comfortable. And putting a big bend in that front knee. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale, downward dog. And lift the left leg on an inhale. Knee to left shoulder on the exhale. And again, 2 more times. Curling through the core. And then last lift, we'll step forward on the exhale. Turn the right foot towards the front right corner. Inhale, rise up to warrior one, arms shoulder width. Exhale, cactus arms look straight ahead, squeezing shoulder blades. Inhale, spread the shoulder blades to reach up, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knee and bend the arms. A few more to go. Imagine doing a pull-up as you exhale. So you're really puffing up the chest. My favorite kind of pull-ups. The ones that don't involve an actual pull-up. All right, phase 2 now. We'll bend the knee and hinge forward. 5 vinyasas like that. Inhale, rise up, straightening. Exhale, bend the knee and hinge. 3 more to go. Try to feel the glutes. Try to feel the transverse abdominis. The core set of the body. Squeezing the ribs in. 2 more to go. And then choose your variation. We'll be holding for 5, so arms could stay straight by the ears, or you can bend them, squeezing shoulder blades. 5 breath. Almost there. 2 more to go. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Feel free to bend the knee. You can step a little closer with the right foot. And then lift the heart halfway on an in-breath. Try to straighten your front leg as much as you're comfortable. Exhale, fold forward over the left knee. Try to keep the back heel rooted as much as you can. And breathe. And next exhale, bend your front knee. Inhale, step to plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then take a breath to lift your heels up. Exhale, bend your knees, look to your hands, and then step forward on an inhale, half lift. Exhale, slide your hands underneath your feet, bending your knees as much as necessary. We'll take the feet about hip width apart. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, fold forward, knees bent or straight, 5 deep breath. So this might be a nice stretch in the back of the spine, especially if you tuck in the chin. You might feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs. You can sort of choose where the emphasis is. And then inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, take the hands to the floor past your feet, and then see how low you can comfortably squat to the floor. So maybe you're able to take your hands off the floor, rest them at heart center. If you need to use the floor for support, feel free. We'll take a few breaths here. Think of intending the knees out to the sides, contracting the buttocks. And feel free to rock the weight forward and back. From the balls of the feet and toes back to the heels. And we'll transition to sitting on the floor. So you can simply sit back, bring your legs out in front. And then bending both knees, take hold of your right foot for the cradle rock stretch. And we'll gently rock the legs side to side, right to left. If you're a bit looser, you can put the foot in your elbow crease. Otherwise, you can simply hold it with your left hand. And try to kick the foot out into your forearm or hand. So you're lifting the ankle towards eye level or so. And we'll take that right foot outside of the left hip, half lower to the fishes. Take an inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, twist, looking over that right shoulder. And breathe. You're welcome to support yourself on the fingers, or you can try a bound variation if you wish, taking the right arm behind the back towards the hip, or maybe even catching the hands. Inhale back to the center, and then take hold of the right foot with both hands. Try to straighten that right leg up to the sky. Inhale, lift your heart to a straight spine, and then try to straighten the leg as much as you can. If you're quite flexible, you can then bow forward, head towards the knee, letting your spine round. And then inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, let go of the leg. And we'll bring the left foot into the cradle rock stretch, holding that left foot with the right hand, or take it into the right elbow crease and gently rock side to side, stretching into the left hip. And really take your time to explore the ends of your range of motion in the hip. And then we'll take the left foot towards the right hip, half lower to the fishes. Inhale to lift your heart up. Exhale, twisting, gaze over the left shoulder. And remember your options there. Maybe you're trying a half bind with the left arm reaching for the pocket, the shirt, whatever you can grab. Inhale back to center, and then take hold of the left foot with both hands, or use the strap. So lean back a little bit, try to straighten the legs, straighten the spine. And then phase 2 is bowing forward, keeping the legs straight. Inhale to lift the heart up, and exhale, let go of the foot. Bring your hands about half a foot behind you, and then bend your knees, placing the feet about hip width apart. As you push into your hips on an exhale, lift them up. Try to keep the legs strong and parallel. Inhale, slowly bring the hips down. And repeat that a couple more times. Exhale, extending the hips, strong in the glutes. Inhale, slowly lower. Last one. Exhale, extend, and hold the pose, squeezing between shoulder blades while pushing really strong into the upper palm knuckles, especially around the index finger mound. And with your next exhale, come all the way down. And we'll straighten the left leg out and take the right foot to the inner thigh for Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So about 90 degrees between the knees. With an exhale, reach for your left foot. Feel free to use a strap. Inhale, lift the heart, gently pulling back. And then exhale, fold over the left leg, bowing the head towards the knee. Slow, deep breathing. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, take the right hand behind you. Inhale to lift the hips, reaching back through the left arm. Try to plant the sole of the left foot on the ground and breathe. So at first, focus on using your core to draw the ribs in, lengthening the left side body. As you get more comfortable with back bending, you can turn this more into a back bend. turning the chest open to the sky. We'll stay here a little bit longer. And exhale, slowly sitting back, and then we'll switch legs. So take the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale, find a straight spine. Exhale, reach for the right foot. Again, inhale, lift the heart and look up. Exhale, start to fold over, bowing the head towards the knee to your own comfortable degree. There's lots of ways to experiment with the pose. There's keeping the back straight, lifting the heart. There's also rounding the back, but bending the knee. Feel free to explore your options and find what feels right this morning. On the inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, take the left hand behind you. And inhale, lift the hips. Reach through the right arm and breathe. Either side bending or starting to move into a back bend. So in the back bends, we really focus on using the muscles in the backs of the thighs as supports. Few more deep breaths. And exhale, slowly sit back. So we'll bring the soles of the feet together with the feet about 1.5 feet in front of you for tortoise pose. You can reach under your legs and round your back. If you prefer to do a wide-legged fold, there's the option to take the legs straight out to the sides instead, so you can choose your variation. And then inhale to lift the heart and look up again. Moving with your exhale, fold forward, letting the chin come down. If you feel stuck at all, try taking the feet further forward in the tortoise pose. Try to relax the effort as much as you can. And then dig the heels down, engaging the glutes to come up. Take a slow breath in. Then bring the legs together towards the front of the mat. And take a long exhale to lay down onto your back into relaxation. Feel free to make any last movements. And then make yourself really comfortable. Thank you so much for practicing with us today and throughout this whole pandemic. It's been awesome. I'll let you relax on your own and reconnect with you next year, as the my worst New Year's joke goes. It's not even my joke. I've heard it from so many other people. So I apologize in advance for using it. Comes out once a year. See you next year. Peace, everybody. Try to find some trouble tonight. Just kidding.